ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యా రంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Yes, guys, let us continue with non-cyclic electron transport system. We have reached up to where? Plastoquinone, right? I'll just quickly let you know. Absorption of sunlight, PS2, splitting of water, tyrosine amino acid, catalyst are calcium, manganese, chlorine. I'm keep repeating because this concept is very important. Most of the people, they study the concept but they fail to answer the questions properly in the exam, because here and there if you unless you understand depth of the concept, then only it's possible to answer the questions. Simply if you give general reading to the non-cyclic, if the questions are coming from the depth of the non-cyclic, you can't answer. So guys, make sure that concentrate on each and every bit of non-cyclic electron transport system is very important. So that's why I am repeating. Up to here we have reached plastoquinone. Up to here I will repeat again. Guys, each and every bit, each and every part, each and every point what I mentioned here is very important. So pay attention here, concentrate and listen carefully, and if you can listen, the concept becomes very easy. Practice number of times on the white paper. The day when you listen the class, on the same day try to complete the practice and try to remember in your mind. Why? Because the upcoming concepts, they purely depend on the basics of non-cyclic electron transport system itself is called Z-scale. So if you listen each and every part, each and every bit carefully of non-cyclic electron transport system, then you can answer the questions which are related to upcoming concepts. If you don't understand this upcoming concepts, you cannot follow some of the points. Each and every part of non-cyclic electron transport system very important. So absorption of light, photolysis, tyrosine, catalyst, calcium, manganese, chlorine. Each electron carries 2 protons. Each pair of electron carries 4 protons, that means 2 electrons, 4 protons. Sometimes there is a possibility of getting the question, the ratio of electrons to protons, then you have to take 1:2. Because 1 electron will take 2 protons. So whenever the ratio is being asked from electron to proton count, then you have to take the ratio as 1:2. Such kind of questions will come. That's why I am telling you, bit to bit you have to follow carefully. When sunlight is falling on PS2, it gets excited. So excited state of P60. So here gaining electron and getting oxidized, losing electron it is getting reduced. Oxidation and reductions we are measuring on the scale is called redox potential scale or electropotential scale. So here then from PS2 electron is coming to pheophytene. Pheophytene, this is first electron is coming to pheophytene. That's why pheophytene itself is called as a primary electron acceptor from PS2. Why I wrote PS2 again here? Sometimes you will get the question that primary electron acceptor of PS1, then at that time this is not the answer. If at all, if you see carefully in the question, that's why I am telling you question understanding of the concept is very important, followed by question answering. When you read the question, you have to read the question carefully. If at all primary electron acceptor from PS2, when PS2 is given, then only you have to choose the option pheophytene, where the pheophytene is located on the surface of thylakoid membrane. Okay, so from here electron enters into QA, QB, both are nothing but QA, QB are nothing but quinone intermediate compounds. They act as intermediates. Finally, electron enters into plastoquinone, right? PQ is nothing but plastoquinone, which is called mobile electron carrier because it's keep taking the electrons from one compound to other compound. Does you think it carries only electrons? No, this part is also very important. It carries both electrons and protons, very important, and it participates in quinone cycle. Altogether, what is quinone cycle? Movement of electron from plastoquinone to semi-plastoquinone, and again going back to plastoquinone, it's called quinone cycle. How many quinone cycles? There are 2 quinone cycles are operated. So there is a production or synthesis of 2 molecules of ATP. So right. So this is very important. Now coming to this plastoquinone, first electron comes, gives the 2 protons and goes back. First quinone cycle. that contributes 2 protons here. That is not sufficient. So, second electron will come, enters into lumen of thylakoid and drops 2 more protons here and goes back. So, 2 quinone cycles are operated, 2 plus 2 4 protons. Out of 4 protons, 3 protons are utilized in conversion of ADP plus inorganic phosphorus into 2 ATP. Why? First proton for AMP, adenosine monophosphate, right, converts into ADP. Second proton, ADP formation contributes, right. Third protons, ADP into ATP. First 0 phosphate, monophosphate. First proton added, monophosphate. Second proton is added, diphosphate. Third proton is added, triphosphate. So, adenosine triphosphate. 3 protons to here, but only 1 ATP is produced. So, it will borrow 2 protons from the stroma, they are added to the what 1 proton is left, 2 protons are added with 1 proton, it contributes again 3 and second ATP is produced. Altogether 2 molecules of ATP produced from 3 plus 3 6 protons contributes 2 molecules of ATP. The process of synthesis of ATP is called photophosphorylation, that we will discuss in the next concept. Right, let us continue further. From the plastoquinone, that it enters into the complex called as cytochrome B6 complex, B6F complex. What is that? From the plastoquinone, electron here it enters into cytochrome B6. He means higher energy. What is He? He means higher energy. From there the electron comes to Le means lower energy. Cytochrome B6 higher energy to cytochrome B6 lower energy. Then here, so what happens here? It enters into cytochrome B6 higher energy to it enters into lower energy. Then the electron enters into iron sulfur. Sometimes without simply it goes to cytochrome B6, and instead of that sometimes directly it enters into iron sulfur complex. Sometimes it enters into iron sulfur complex. Then the moving electron from iron sulfur complex to it enters into cytochrome F. So what are these? Better I'll write aside cytochrome B6. These all are note points, very important. You need to study and remember. So here I will write, so note points. So note points are nothing but what? Question getting points. Okay. So when you take what I am writing, cytochrome B6, that means it is called cytochrome B6, cytochrome F. Okay, cytochrome F, cytochrome B6. Now the total complex is called cytochrome BF complex, cytochrome B6F complex. The total complex is called cytochrome BF complex. Now what is this compound? This compound also contains, this is called iron rich complex. This is called iron rich complex because what is the center atom you find? Center atom we find iron. What is the center atom? Center atom we find what is called iron. Iron rich complex. Sometimes they will ask you what is iron rich complex, that is you have to take the option as cytochrome BF complex. Cytochrome B6, cytochrome F, together it is called cytochrome B6F complex, which contains iron. This is called iron rich complex because center atom is iron. Okay. So here you can see iron sulfur complex. So here FES, what we can see, excuse me guys, let us continue further. So what you find in this is also nothing but FES. FES meaning iron sulfur complex. FeS meaning iron sulfur complex. So, electron is moving from where to where? Electron goes to cytochrome B6 higher energy level, then comes to cytochrome B6 lower energy level, then come to iron sulfur complex, then comes to what is called cytochrome F. Now, the total complex what you can see in green color is called cytochrome B6F complex. Now, from there the moving electron, then from there the moving electron will come to another component called as PC. What is that PC? PC, it is nothing but plastocyanin. PC, it is also called as plastocyanin. Even PC is also called as a mobile electron carrier. It is also called as mobile electron carrier. What is the earlier mobile electron carrier? PQ. What is now PC? Okay, PQ is mobile electron carrier between what and what? PQ between pheophytin, quinone compounds and cytochrome BF. What is PC? It also carries electrons, keep moving from one substance to other substance. This is also called mobile electron carrier. Now, here it contains copper, as and it contains copper. So, sometimes you will get the question that copper containing complex, that means copper act as the center atom. Cu means copper, here it contains iron, this contains copper. Copper containing compound means plastocyanin will come. In this cynin A3, cytochrome A, cytochrome A3 all will be there, but that goes too much of depth. Anyway, what are the important things you have to remember about PC? PC means plastocyanin. It also acts as mobile electron carrier. It contains copper in the center. So, this is also called as what? Copper containing center. I hope this part is clear. I will check it once, because if it is not clear, that is very important. Fine, okay, right. So, when you take this PC here, better I will erase this and I will write this side. What I can do is, so this part I will erase it, I will write again, okay, better. Iron sulfur, I am writing down clearly complex. Now, I hope it is clear. Now, coming to this part also, this is copper containing complex, okay, better I will write down copper containing complex, okay. This is together itself is called plastocyanin, okay. Even this I will erase it and write center, okay. So, I will write here itself, this all I will erase center. Now, I think it is clear. Okay. Now, I think it is clear, because these all are important points and compulsory you will get the questions. PC is plastocyanin, mobile electron carrier containing copper center, copper containing complex, right. Now, when electron comes here, then from PC the electron goes to the next one called as PS1 or also called as P700, where chlorophyll A absorbs 700 nanometer wavelength of light, that we call it as what? PS1. So, here electron from PC goes to PS1. So, when you take the PS1 here, so electron falling on PS1 at the same time, sunlight is also falling onto this. Sorry guys, excuse me 1 second. Okay, so when sunlight is falling onto this, so there is an absorption of sunlight, because PS1 is also a photosystem where sunlight absorption occurs on the PS1. With the absorption of sunlight, it goes to excited state. So, you can write excited state of PS1, excited state of PS1, or we can write P star 700. Okay. So, what you can do here is, with the absorption of sunlight PS1 will get excited. So, it becomes excited state of P700. With the absorption of sunlight, photons, it absorbs the photons from the sunlight, it will get excited. So, what you can see, excited state of photons, P700 star, star represents excited state. So, here also the same, each electron, whatever it is passing here, each electron it carries 2 protons, each electrons it carries 2 protons. So, here when we take the each electron, excuse me sir. So, here when we take the electron carries 2 protons. So, guys, we are in the discussion about here from cytochrome B6F complex coming to PC, plastocyanin. From plastocyanin it is coming to PS1. PS1 is also called as what? P700. Here chlorophyll A absorbs 700 nanometers wavelength of light. That means in this case reaction center is chlorophyll A, it absorbs 700 nanometers wavelength of light, that is why it is called PS1 or itself is called P700. Now, it not only receives the electrons and along with the protons from the what you call plastocyanin, it also receives the photons. Sunlight includes what? Photons, 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 right. It also receives the photons, but what is the important thing here? No splitting of water. Splitting of water occurs only with PS2. Look at the differences very clearly. Here photolysis of water or splitting of water, oxygen is released, oxygen evolving complex, this all takes place only with the PS2. So, with the PS1, no splitting of water, no evolution of oxygen, no release of oxygen, no evolution of oxygen, no splitting of water. What you can see here is nothing but absorption of sunlight by PS1. Then as a result what happens? It will get excited, it goes to excited state of PS1 itself is called as what? P700. Now, from P700 it goes to the next compound called as F0 and then Fx, then Fa by Fb, then it goes to the component called Fd. So, what is this Fd here? They all are nothing but the intermediate components of ferredoxin. F0, Fx, Fa by Fb all are nothing but intermediate compounds of ferredoxin. So, I will just write here. So, what are this? I will just write up F0, Fx, Fa by Fb including Fd. What are this? These all are nothing but ferredoxin intermediate compounds. Ferredoxin intermediate compounds. What is the meaning of this? They are made up of the component called ferredoxin. Ferredoxin intermediate components. Then what is Fd? Fd itself here, what you find here itself is called as ferredoxin. Now very importantly here one more point is also very important. These all are made up of iron sulfur complex. These all ferredoxide intermediate compounds, they composed of or they are made up of iron sulfur complex. Iron sulfur, S is nothing but what? Sulfur. I repeat again, F0 is an intermediate of ferredoxin, meaning one of the component of ferredoxin. Next the electron, who is moving here? The electron is moving. The electron keep moving from F0 to Fx. This is another component of ferredoxin. Fx to Fa by Fb, these are another components of ferredoxin. From there enters into Fd. Fd is called as what? Ferredoxin. Fd itself is called as ferredoxin. Now before Fd, before ferredoxin, These all are made up of ferredoxin components. So, they all are called ferredoxin intermediate compounds. And these ferredoxin intermediate compounds, they all made up of iron sulfur complex. That means here, so here what is the possibility of question? So, under note points I am giving you. So, these all are nothing but note points. Guys, while explaining itself I am giving you what are the possibility of getting questions in each step. Right. The question is, suppose if the question is primary electron acceptor, the primary electron acceptor from PS1, then what is the answer for this? The answer for this is nothing but iron sulfur complex or ferredoxin intermediate compound. Okay. Why? Because this F0 what you have written here, this is made up of iron sulfur protein. This is made up of iron sulfur protein. This is also made up of iron sulfur protein. This is also made up of iron sulfur protein. This also made up of iron sulfur protein. So, whenever the question is the primary electron acceptor from PS1, this is PS1. If it is PS2, pheophytin. Suppose if the question is primary electron acceptor from PS2, what is the option? And that too you have to look for in the question, non-cyclic electron transport system. If it is given non-cyclic electron transport system, then only these all answers are acceptable. So, from PS1 when it is given, that is F0, actually F0 it is unknown compound. This is referred as an unknown compound, means not identified so far. F0 is not identified, Fx is not identified, Fa by Fb is not identified, but they came to know that they are the compounds, maybe they are made up of ferredoxin. But actually what are those compounds? Still no one has discovered. They understood, let's keep moving from one compound to other compound, there are some intermediates. So, they have given labeling some for some understanding, they written as F0, Fx, Fa by Fa. But they thought they are maybe one of the components of ferredoxin. But actual what are they made up of? What are actual compounds of F0, Fx, Fab, Fb are still not discovered. That is why they are called as unknown compounds. Okay. So, primary electron acceptor from PS1 is, it is an unknown compound, but they have given F here because they thought it is the compound of ferredoxin. One of the compound with which they are made up of is ferredoxin. That is why for our understanding they have given description ferredoxin intermediate compounds. So, they may be made up of one of the compound as ferredoxin. So, they contain protein called iron sulfur protein. They made up of, these unknown compounds are made up of iron sulfur protein because one of their compound is nothing but ferredoxin. Okay. So, some intermediates, for our understanding we have given the name F0, Fx, Fa by Fb and finally reaches to Fd. What is Fd? Fd is nothing but ferredoxin. Okay. What is Fd? Fd is nothing but ferredoxin. Now, from the ferredoxin, the electron here, it is going here, it enters into, it is called stroma, it enters into stroma here. Now, here in this what happens here is, I hope this part you copied, very important, these all are called ferredoxin intermediate compounds. They enter the electron into ferredoxin, Ft meaning ferredoxin, and these intermediate compounds are made up of iron sulfur complex. S is for sulfur, or this itself is called iron sulfur protein. What is the question expected? Primary electron acceptor from PS1 in non-cyclic electron transport system is iron sulfur complex or iron sulfur protein. If not, you have to see unknown compound, if not you have to see ferredoxin intermediate compound. Excuse me. So, from the ferredoxin, what is this Fd? Ferredoxin. From the ferredoxin, the electron enters here, and in this case NAD plus getting converted into NADPH plus 2. NAD plus, it is getting converted into NADPH2, very important, and this conversion happens. So here I will write NAD plus getting converts into NADPH2 with the help of an enzyme NADP oxidoreductase. NADP oxidoreductase, very important enzyme. What is that enzyme? NADP oxidoreductase, or itself is called as NADP dehydrogenase, or itself is called as what? NADP dehydrogenase. So when you take the NADP oxidoreductase or NADP dehydrogenase, what it will do? It converts NAD plus into NADPH2. So here there is one molecule of NADPH2 is produced. It needs how many protons? It needs 2 protons. So here again stroma will contribute 2 protons here. So here I will write 2 protons. Who is contributing? This stroma will add 2 protons here. So 2 protons are added here. Taking 2 protons here from the stroma, NAD plus get converts into NADPH2. So here who is contributing this? Stroma is contributing. So stroma contributes what? Stroma contributes 2 protons for ATP synthesis. The same stroma also contributes more 2 protons for conversion of one NAD plus molecule into 1 molecule of NADPH2. Stroma is a contributor of protons. Stroma is a contributor of protons. Right. So NAD plus converts into NADPH2 with the help of an enzyme. This enzyme also present where? This enzyme also present in stroma. The enzyme present in stroma. Very important. What is that enzyme? NADP oxidoreductase, or itself is called NADP dehydrogenase. What it will do? It converts one molecule of NAD plus into NADPH2. Now this almost, if you look at from the beginning, if you look at, it looks like Z scheme. One, this is uphill, this is called uphill, this is called downhill. During downhill there is a synthesis of ATP, again it is called uphill and again it is called downhill. Now this is why uphill and down and up here, that is why it is called as what? Z scheme. That is why itself is called as what? Z scheme. Now when you look at the Z scheme here, what is happening here? How many molecules of ATP is produced? 2 molecules of ATP. How many NADPH2 are produced? 1 molecule of NADPH2 are produced. So here when you take almost non-cyclic electron transport system, I am writing here, altogether it synthesizes 2 molecules of ATP and 1 molecule of NADPH2. 2 molecules of ATP and 1 molecule of NADPH2. In Z scheme there is a synthesis of 2 ATP and 1 NADPH2, and finally the electron what is entered into NAD plus, it will not return, it will not come back to first place, it will not come back to first place. The electron what is entered the last into NAD plus, it will not come back to first. That is why it is called non-cyclic electron transport system. Why? Because electrons start moving in zigzag manner. Electron over there, it will not come back. That is why it is called a non-cyclic electron transport system. Very important. It's clear guys. Now what you have to do, here this is plastocyanin. What happens with the plastocyanin here? From the plastocyanin, the electron goes to cytochrome B6 higher energy state. From there it comes to cytochrome B6 lower energy state. Why do you represent higher energy state and lower energy state? Here electron may tend to move to cytochrome B6 and then comes to the, it reduces its energy comes to the lower energy state, that itself is called cytochrome B6 lower energy state. Then the electron passes to iron sulfur complex. There are two places you find iron sulfur component. Iron component is cytochrome B6F complex, and one more iron component is nothing but ferredoxin. So, ferredoxin here it is made up of iron sulfur complex. This is one component which is made up of iron. The same iron sulfur complex also exists in case of cytochrome B6F complex. Okay. Then the electron enters into iron sulfur complex. From there it enters into a cytochrome F. It enters into what? Cytochrome F. As electron keep moving from cytochrome B6 to cytochrome F, iron as in the center, this is called as cytochrome B6F complex. Sometimes what happen, instead of electron coming from B6 lower energy to iron sulfur, electron goes to cytochrome B6, comes back to plastoquinone, again from plastoquinone it enters into what? Iron sulfur complex. From plastoquinone it enters into what? Iron sulfur complex, sometimes direct entry. So, we have written even electron may have chance to move from plastoquinone directly into iron sulfur. From there it goes to cytochrome F, and the complex is called cytochrome B6F complex. From there again still some of the electrons are absorbed here, right, but still with the splitting of water some more electrons are being released. They also have protons. Protons are keep getting accumulated. The next coming electrons again they move from this complex to plastocyanine. So, there are two mobile electron carriers. How many mobile electron carriers? There are two mobile electron carriers. What are they? Pc itself is a mobile electron carrier. This is Pc is very important, mobile electron carrier. Plastoquinone is also called a mobile electron carrier. So, there are two mobile electron carriers. What are they? Plastocyanine and plastoquinone. There are two mobile electron carriers. Two iron sulfur components are there. What are they? This ferredoxin and this cytochrome BF complex. Then from there electron enters into where? Plastocyanine. Now, plastocyanine, what is important to remember? It contains copper as in the center atom. Plastocyanine contain copper as the centermost atom, copper containing cytochrome A, cytochrome A3. Sometimes you will get the question, I am writing PC here. Sometimes it contain A12, A3 copper complex. Sometimes extra questions, extra information questions comes. At the time you should know that plastocyanine is a compound which is made up of cytochrome A1, cytochrome A3, copper complex, means it contains copper as in the center, copper as in the center. It is called cytochrome A1, A3 copper complex. What is that? Plastocyanine. Plastocyanine is a mobile electron carrier. From there electron again enters into photosystem 1 where the centermost chlorophyll A reaction center, it absorbs 700 nanometers wavelength of light. Now, with the absorption of sunlight, photons, this undergo excited state. When you take the excited state of PS1, P700, from there electron enters into unknown compound. What is that unknown compound? Unknown compound is F0. If you think one page is not sufficient, one horizontal page is not sufficient to copy this, better you take two horizontal pages, up and down. Both you draw big arrow marks, and on arrow mark make sure that every bit you try to represent so clearly for your understanding. So, here first electron enters into unknown compound, but this unknown compound it's a compound of ferredoxin. It's made up of iron sulfur protein. Okay, and they observed there are some intermediates to which electron passes. So far they were not identified, not discovered, but they found they may be the components of ferredoxin. So guys, in your future if you can do research work, definitely these things are question marks. You can reveal, you can do experiment, you can discover what are these compounds. They are still unknown, but they observed that there are some intermediate compounds. Maybe they are made up of ferredoxin. So, for our understanding we are writing F0, Fx, Fa by Fv. They all are nothing but components of ferredoxin. Then it enters into ferredoxin. It is nothing but iron sulfur complex. From the ferridoxine, electron enters into NAD plus. Now this NAD plus, further it borrows excuse me guys. So this NAD plus, it further takes more 2 protons from the stroma, and this NAD plus gets converted into NADPH2, but here only one molecule. Here if you see, there are 2 molecules of ATP, but here you can see only 1 molecule of NADPH2. So NAD plus, 1 molecule of NAD plus, it takes 2 protons from the stroma and converts into NADPH2, 1 molecule of NADPH2 with the help of an enzyme. NADP oxidoreductase, or itself is called NADP dehydrogenase. Where it is present? It is present in the stroma. Now if you take all together output of energy, by the end of light reaction, there is a synthesis of 2 ATP molecules and 1 NADPH2 molecule. So what is the energy output here? 2 ATP and 1 NADPH2. Why do you call this as Z scheme? The electron which is coming here, see from here, this is called uphill reaction, this is called downhill reaction. Where to where movement is happening? From PS2 to PS1. Electron is moving, while moving what is synthesized? ATP, and from there it goes up, uphill reaction, again downhill reaction. Electron what is produced here? It will not come back to the first point. That is why it is called non-cyclic. Electron goes into where? NAD plus. It goes out. What produced out is NADPH2. Electron will not come back. That is why it is called non-cyclic electron transport system. As it has uphill and downhill, it is also called as what? A Z scheme. Altogether 2 ATP contributes for 6 protons here and 2 more protons here for the contribution of what? 1 NADPH2 molecule. So here this all happens in the lumen of thylakoid, but this is total upper one happens on the thylakoid membrane, and finally this comes out, this ATP generates with the lumen of thylakoid. ATP synthesis itself is called photophosphorylation. That is a different concept we will discuss in continuation of cyclic electron transport system.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.